Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. This is the match for SKYLER versus AVERY. We just had a bit of a late start getting everything set up, but I'm excited to talk about these games. So firstly, let me share some things. So looks like the type of game we got on the board. It looks like a Caricon fantasy variation from looking at it. So let's see here. Let's do a bit of a rewind to go through it. Yep, fantasy variation, mainline stuff. This is pretty cool to see. Wow. D5 here. Let me actually turn off the lines and the engine. Well, this is a 3-minute delay. This is a 3-minute delay. So in case the players are watching, it shouldn't be that beneficial for them. But it is a 3-minute delay. Let's see here. Okay. Apologize for the weird setup here. We got whatchamacallit. Let's see. Screen. I've been putting some effort in to the stream was a bit hectic getting it set up at the beginning, so it was a bit difficult, but you know, got it working. Let's see. Awesome, sweet. Okay, let's talk about the chess. I've been too busy with the other parts of it. So it looks. This is a chess game. Avery's up a pawn, and it looks like the position. I really like Avery's position here. This knight. Like it feels like the knight being able to, like, this f2 square is potentially pretty weak, and all of Black's pieces seem active. SKYLER is still lacking in development, so and the b pawn is hanging as well to add that to it. But Avery going fantasy style, attacking the knights. Oh. That move come with tempo kind of is really tough. It looks like everything. It feels like Black's pieces should be a little bit loose. Like this bishop's only guarded by the knight, and this bishop is undefended, and like, but everything is really solid right now. So, we'll have to see. Let's see. Okay. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to set up the live chat. So, but I am paying attention to the stream chat though. If anything does pop up. So, let's see here. Cool. And like I said before, this is a 3-minute delay. So definitely it keeps things a bit delayed for safety, fair play reasons. So we'll see. They're still in their first game. Dude. Oh no. It really feels like Black's pieces are just so active and ready to go. Let's see here. I think I will turn the eval on. Yeah. I think most commentary involves evals, so they go well. They go well. Yeah, Avery's just up a piece here. Up a piece and 2 pawns, I think. So it's all about converting now. Oh. That's just mean. So Avery will probably clean up this one with relative ease. It's hard to lose a game in a 5+1 game when you are up a piece and 2 pawns. So Avery starts off with a very strong start. Very strong start. Wow. Rook e8 is a classy move because like it feels like black was striking back. Or sorry, it felt like white was striking back only to get forked. Like it looks like a tactic that should work, but then it doesn't. So it is very, very, very crazy that it was like that. Yeah, SKYLER would need a really big swindle to get through this one. That's for sure. Let's see. So now it's just a little bit of a waiting game here. Looks like my chess.com audio might have cut out, but oh no, it's not. It's just fine. Oh, that's why. Okay, yes. Because the game kept going on and I was just staring at it, forgetting about it. That's why. So yeah, as expected, Avery kind of cleaned up here. Yes, Michael. It was a collaborative effort. And definitely, whoa. SKYLER has the swashbuckling repertoire. The Alvin counter gambit. That is crazy. So he played a fantasy, and then he's playing the Alvin counter gambit. He has very, very fun repertoire here. Huge. I'm not familiar with the Alvin. I know it's a move, but it looks like also engine on or engine off. I feel like commentary usually has engine on, so I will leave that for the chat to decide. But I feel like engine on is usually the most common. But I'm guessing, so black gives up a pawn for extra space in the center, and white has less space. So that seems what the game is the strategy of the opening. So I guess a big question is, how is white going to develop their pieces? Being Kedaway. Makes sense. I do forget the stream is a 3-minute delay, which does make communicating a lot harder. I will admit. I did forget about that. So let's go. Ooh, I should add a clock for the match timer, actually. I just realized that. That would be a great idea. So Avery still hasn't castled here, but it doesn't look like SKYLER is completely breaking through. It seems like Avery will still be up a pawn, but it does look kind of scary looking with how aggressively placed Black's pieces are. So see here. Whoa, what just happened here? Okay, too many tabs open for me. Develops, goes here. He does decide to take on d3. Wow. I feel like possibly just castling was more natural, allowing to take and then here, but I'm not sure. I guess Avery didn't want this pawn to drop, so he took, and then now they're trading like this. And Avery is still up a pawn, but what does that blunder? Wow. Evo just shot up. What does that blunder? It's just rookie one? Just rookie one and you're pinned? I'm not sure if it's that simple. Ooh, move the table. I'm not sure if it's that simple. But it feels like that's probably the case. That feels like that's probably the case. See here. Yeah, rookie one was played, which I feel like was a very natural move, but apparently it was the wrong move. It was a blunder. Crazily enough. Are these games rated or engine on is default? I agree. Are these games rated or unrated? These games are rated. Yes. These are rated games. Huge. Yeah, rated games. So lots on the line. Not only is the match on the line, but their elo is on the line. So, although SKYLER has a tough decision to make, I think but I actually don't see a move that clear. Like I wonder. I'm actually going to go back here for a second. What was the move? The move, was it moving the queen instead? I don't know. I guess I can't do moves on the board. I'm not sure. D3 seems pretty tricky. Yeah, D3 was a very tricky move before. Man, I hate 3-minute delay. Why did I do this? Maybe I might change it, but we'll see. Well, if I don't change it today, I might change it in future matches. Maybe just 1-minute delay is good enough. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And let's see here. Whoa, wait. A move happened. Queen here. So the very natural move of moving the queen, bad. Very, very, very bad. And I just wanted to, if I am able to, can I? No, I can't. I can't move the board. I can move the board on here. But I do really wonder what the move here was. Can I turn the lines? Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Wow, it was bishop takes. Because the knight is pinned. Oh, it's removing the defender. You take like this because he can't, because the knight's pinned like that. Wow. Okay. Shows you how I am. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, I don't know. But now the knight drops for SKYLER. Wow, that's crazy. So he moves his queen out of the pin, but his queen gets kicked again, and now that's just a piece. That's just a piece. So I guess he could have gone queen f6, but I guess the point is the knight is still dropping either way. But in this case, ooh, wow. The queen gets in. The double threat of rook here and queen here. It's just in both games, SKYLER's pieces are not developed enough. And the swashbuckling repertoire is not paying off for the first two games so far. So, and here, yeah, it's just mate very soon. I wonder, probably queen b8 is the quickest mate, I assume. Or same thing. Same thing. Wow, that was a fancy one. I like the bishop mate. That was nice. Okay, another one. So it looks like they're going back to the fantasy. Back to the fantasy variation. So Avery has won the first two. And, oh, awesome. It even keeps track up here. Looks like they have not played any games before. So 2 for Avery, 0 for SKYLER so far. Let's see. Okay. So SKYLER going for c3 instead of castling, which they're usually pretty interchangeable. Although, wow. Yeah, 1 minute delay will be fine, I think. Yeah, I think so too. In hindsight, yeah, probably 1 minute delay was the way to go. Wow. That's amazing. So you're attacking f2, and you're getting your knight out of the pin, so maybe you can hop your knight in either way. And it seems like SKYLER may be striking back pretty early. Like, if he goes to like an 0-3 start, then the match, it's really hard to come back from an 0-3 start. Psychologically, and even just point-wise, starting down 3 points is really, really tough. And I feel like as the lower-rated player, you have to kind of try to win in longer time controls. It depends on how good you are as a bullet player, but typically stronger players will be even stronger than you. The margin of strength grows as the time control lowers. So, I feel like I'm not sure. Yeah, just taking the pawn, I guess. Taking 2 pawns. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, it's a very tough decision to make, at least for me, just looking at it from afar, of like whether or not to just castle or develop more pieces. But he decides to, just take pawns and continue with the game. I really want to push e5 here without calculating. That also seems pretty good. It seems like a natural move. Engine hates it, but I assume e5. I assume e5. Like, if you go, if I can do it right. Oh, bishop f4. Oh, bishop f4 is nasty, actually. That's nasty. Okay. All right, back to real life. Okay. So Avery is still in a tough spot of how do you develop your pieces. And the eval of this game is actually insane. He's going back up and down like crazy. Like crazy. Okay. Although, once again, the move to play is not that easy. Like, I feel like as white, you probably want to keep queens on the board. But I feel like the most natural move is just to trade queens and take on d4. But I don't know. But maybe Skyler might feel like that's letting white off the hook. I'm not sure if there's any more forcing moves because, like, the queen is under attack, and just like, where does the queen go? Whoever white moves, like if white goes back to a4, it that tempo seems really important. Oh, taking on d4 first. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And now white's knight hops in with tempo. It doesn't look that bad though. But where is the knight going? Probably, do you go rook c8? Do you go rook b6? Rook c8 is chosen. I might be inclined to just go bishop b5. That also makes sense too. And hey, if you ever want to take me, you know, then the center will open with the king in the center. So let's see here. Before I forget, let me see if I can get the clock countdown going. Okay. Let's see here. Wow. This game has been SKYLER's from start to finish so far. Yep, and that's a fork. That's a fork. SKYLER being a bit hesitant to do it. To take that. But now, once again, SKYLER's pieces are underdeveloped. He needs to get his pieces into the game. That's how he lost the first two games, by not having his pieces be developed. So it's a question of, I assume he's going to snag the f7 pawn, the pawn right here. I assume he's going to snag that and then slowly develop his pieces. But it's hard to say where. Like maybe f4, and maybe you play c4 eventually. I think that makes a lot of sense because he wants to move his knight. Maybe to c4. Maybe he wants his knight to go to c4. But Avery might be able to play on the clock here, and if he just plays kind of solidly and quickly, well, emphasis on quickly, then maybe SKYLER won't be able to convert his advantage very easily. So the knight looks like it's coming to d3 and attacking the bishop on c1. So this could turn, like, if black can get a couple more pawns, this, like, if the c3 pawn drops and another pawn drops, then it's not much of an advantage. It might not be much of an advantage after all. So let's see here. So some developments. Okay, so he decided to play c4 to defend his pawn that way. And okay, I think that was a nice way to get rid of that bishop. Although, once again, Avery is posing problems. He's asking SKYLER, what are you going to do? You can't take, of course, because that's a fork Runo. So El Tenedor strikes again. So Okay, let's see here. So SKYLER gave back the exchange. Wow. To make his life so much simpler. Wow, that's an awesome. That is an awesome move. To give back the exchange, but now you're much better. Very nice. Very nice. Although he's only up 2 pawns, but he does have almost connect 4. But it seems like check. Let's go, SKYLER. No, I'm rooting for Avery. Represent Central PA. Although Bucknell, like, is it Central PA? I think so. I think it's like close enough to Central PA. Looks like SKYLER might get on the board here. Yeah. SKYLER is the underdog. SKYLER is the underdog. So I am hoping. I'm hoping for it. I am like you can't help but root for the underdog at least a little bit. So let's see. Oh, this is so nice. The threatening of the fork, the pass pawn. Like it's very hard to mess up here. Like that's the mess up ability of this position is very low. So the knight's gonna be on knight f5. The bishop's gonna be on that square forever, and he'll have this pass pawn forever. Developing with tempo, that's great. Okay, this makes sense. Bringing your king into the game. It's hard to figure out, like, how are you going to break through here? How are you going to break through? You can't push your pawns very easily. You're getting lower on time. So this is what Avery, this is like best case scenario for Avery, where he's going to hope that, time gets the better of him. And wow. What's the idea here? So he's going to be losing his pawns, but rook on the 7th. Oh, rook on the 7th here. What an awesome idea. Developing with tempo. Once again, hitting the f7 pawn. SKYLER low on time, but it looks like he may be able to get through. Probably take. Ooh, he's getting low. He's getting low on time. And now his pawns are dropping. All of his pawns are dropping. And oh no. No. And that's just a fork. And now he's just down a piece. Oh, that was SKYLER's game from start to finish. But Avery being able to hold in there and not let him win, that was very tragic. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Let me try to add the countdown timer. Capture. If I can figure out technology. Technology is pretty tough. I'm not going to lie. Okay, this is going to... Oh, whoops. What did I do with that? Okay. We'll get the countdown timer on the 5-minute break after the first time control is over. So let's see here. So there are 13 minutes of the first time control. Avery's up 3 games so far. SKYLER almost had that. SKYLER almost had that third game, but it didn't quite go his way. Also, probably on the 5-minute break, I'll reduce the delay to like a minute or maybe even 30 seconds. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so far in this game, looks like SKYLER once again did the album counter gambit. You love to see it. And once again, it looks like black has a similar type of pressure. And, dude, I love this opening. This is awesome. Maybe I should play this. This looks like so much fun. Apparently worse, horrible according to the engine, but it looks like so much fun. You get the castle queenside every time. You get this nice pawn on d4. Avery does seem to be unfazed by it, though, especially in the first game, winning that one pretty handedly. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Let's go here. Man, how do I get this clock thing to work? Let's see. Okay, let's go back to the game here. Okay, traded bishops, and still the same pressure. But it seems pretty unclear how black will be able to continue. Because it does, at this point, it does kind of feel like white is just up a pawn. So, we'll see. Interesting move by Avery. I like that move a lot. Attacking the bishop, asking black, what do you do? How are you going to defend it? I assume h5, but then maybe h3. But I feel like, opposite castling, you're supposed to push your pawns, anyways. So we'll see. We'll see. Or move back. Okay. I'm cheating here. Now, it is an interesting question. I feel like as black, you probably don't want to move your bishop back. But he does. He does decide that h5 is probably not the best move. And that d4 pawn still feels like a thorn in white's position, but it may be turning more of a weakness now. And, oh my gosh, yeah, white's pawns, or seems like the pawns that are making a breakthrough, go b4... I don't even know which one you do first. You go b4, c5, or b5. Like, I don't know what move order you do, but those pawns are just going to roll down the board, it feels like. So, yeah. b4. Yeah, this seems like a very easy position for white to play. And it seems like that's an interesting idea. Yeah, rook e1, keeping it simple. I don't know what the engine wanted instead, but I feel like that's probably the simplest approach, just to go rook e1. Let's see here. Looks like there's 10 minutes left of the first time control. So SKYLER still has a little bit of time to try to fight back. But it's off to a very, very strong start for Avery. Chess is always easier when you're watching and not playing. That's how it is, unfortunately. c5. Yeah. So, is the idea that black can't actually take? I have a feeling that's the idea because after takes, f4, and the knight goes back, for example, and you just trade. But I guess you can take. Wait, how bad is this? If I were playing black, I would take. Am I 1700 rated in Blitz? Yes. So yeah, I feel like I would probably just take that pawn because I don't see the clear reputation. But this is without really thinking too hard. So. Wow. F5 is a cool move. It's a very cool move. I feel like taking en passant is pretty forced here. But probably then en passant and then queen takes, and then the queen gets hit with tempo. So I think that was a very creative move by SKYLER. I think that was a very good move. Whoa. Wow. I guess the idea is that, like, after the queen trade, black really doesn't have anything. And these pawns are still super far advanced, and this pawn is still a liability. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the eval is that high. Oh, maybe for b4, b5. I mean, yeah. White's pawns are still just rolling down the board, and it feels like black is never going to get safety, especially now, and with a time advantage too. So Avery is absolutely killing it on the board and on time, which is a deadly combo. I will admit. Yeah. It feels like it's so hard to go wrong with White's position because you just push stuff and like I just keep going. So okay, trying to fight back, but yeah, that sounds about right. Winning a tempo and the flag. So Avery starts out with 4 so far. There are 6 more minutes in the first time of control, so it feels like this will probably be the last game. Most likely it will be the last game for the first time control. Let's see here. Okay, now the fantasy was this slightly different than the last one? Let's go back for a second. An earlier b5, and so it's pretty normal. Everything being said, this is probably the most normal fantasy game we've gotten so far. The first fantasy game. Oh, knight c4 in the previous game, Michael. I see. But okay. Actually, I don't remember the position. Well, I vaguely remember the position, but I don't realize in my head how strong knight c4 was. But anyways, so okay. Wow. Oh my gosh! Wait, instant rewind on this. This was actually really, really interesting. So, most normal game of fantasy I've ever seen, and then everything gets shut down. I'm really surprised by b4 to shut everything down, but I guess it makes a lot of sense. So Avery plays for queenside initiative, and then it gets closed pretty quickly. Wow. Man, SKYLER loves gambiting pawns. That is amazing. I love that so much. Okay. But the game is pretty balanced. I love Oh man, this is so beautiful to my eyes. I love chess. So what was the move there? Instead of bishop back, the correct move was bishop f4. Oh, that was just a skewer. That's just a skewer. SKYLER misses a simple skewer, and now Avery's shutting it down. Not allowed. Although it almost feels like you go h3, g4. But maybe you throw in a certain move, or I guess g3, h3 means you can't go g3. You can't go bishop g3, I mean. So it's not too easy. It's not too easy. It's not too easy. Not the easiest. And let's check in on the time real quick. They got 3 minutes. And so honestly, this game might end before the last game. Before this game, I mean. This game might end before the time control ends, I should say. So instant rewind again. Holy crap! There's a lot of things happening here. So this seems wins a pawn, but it was a bad move because it loses a bishop. But then he snags a bunch of pawns. But now it's not so bad. Wow. So Avery snagged the bishop, but SKYLER just got 3 pawns in a row and connected past pawns. SKYLER's doing pretty well on time, and has a very imbalanced, strange position where it feels like a bunch of pieces are harassing his king, but he has some very nice assets on the queen side. Sacks the exchange. Wow. To remove some pressure and get into the game. And Avery is, honestly, it might be Sack City soon. It might be time. It might be time to go kind of ham. A third pawn, dude. Dude, whoa. Okay, whoa, dude. That's crazy, dude. The eval is 0.0, but I don't know how. I don't know how. That is not. The eval does not know what they're talking about. This game is absolutely crazy. No way, it's a forced draw. Wow. Avery has to find. This is a must. An only move situation for both players. So saying that it's a draw seems very, very harsh, very unrealistic. I just don't know what move to make. Okay, take the rook. That also makes sense. Okay. I feel like queen f2 would be the most natural move to do. Queen f2 trying to trade, but a check is thrown in, and ooh, you just like things are dropping, and it feels like you might have just blundered your queen soon. Actually, in this, it just feels like you do, but maybe you don't. Oh, that's a rook. That's a rook. No way. Wow. And yeah, there's still 46 seconds left of the time control. So, yeah, this is the last game of this time control. So very, very crazy that that the game ended within 40 seconds. 40 seconds before the time control ended. I will definitely have the match clock up after the 5-minute break. So we will have to see about that. Unless both the players opt out of the 5-minute break. Then I guess I can't do anything about it. So. Okay, the Albin again. The Albin again. Wow. So yeah, this is very, very similar to their second game, I believe. We go back here, Alvin counter gambit, but now it's different. I'm not sure if knight f6 was played this early, and especially not h5. So this is definitely different from their second game so far. Always play king b8. Ben Feingold, always play king b8. That seems like a natural move here. But once again, oh man, these castle queenside lines just seem so scary because white can just go b5, b4, b5 so easily. It's very, very scary to play as black, but definitely must be very fun to play when it works, I will admit. Not playing king b8. Bold. I assume you probably just take and castle. Like that's I would just play the solid approach, but maybe Avery doesn't want to get attacked that easily. I will say also chess feels a lot slower when you're just watching. But when I'm playing though, dog, I'm gonna spend it all the time. I can't. So this is very interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, so he does trade. I would expect castles or b4. I think those are the two main options that make a lot of sense. And definitely after this game ends, we will have to take a 5-minute break. That's for sure. Rook d1 also makes a lot of sense. Just centralizing your rook, it's very, very solid moves. Wow, I like that. Waiting for the rook to move off the. Whoa, what did he just take? Oh, just a pawn. Yeah, waiting for the rook to move off the h file to then castle. I think that was a very solid approach. The eval is equal because, well, now SKYLER is up the pawns. Whoa. Is that? Whoa. Whoa. Wait. Wow. Well, that's a head spinning move. So if you take that's just an exchange. That's why. That's why that move was not deemed to be very good, because that's just an exchange. It does feel like what is black going to do about the pawn on a7? I feel like king b8 should be played soon, but the bishop, this is not the easiest. This is not the easiest game to convert, considering that all white's pieces are near black's king. So even though black is up a full exchange, a clean exchange, I guess some people would say, it's still very complicated. So it's very hard to tell what's going to happen here. Yeah, if I was playing, I could probably spend eons in this position just thinking about it. Because for black, they really wanted to safeguard their king. I think that move makes sense. Oh, it is kind of scary because it feels like you're going to lose some of the pawns here. You would assume rook takes, but maybe you throw in rook b1 check if rook takes. You throw in that check, force the bishop to the back rank, and now you have less pressure on your position. I think perhaps that's the key idea if rook takes. Or a key idea, I guess. IKEA? IKEA. Furniture. Huh. I feel like I really want to play king b8. If I was black, I really want to play king b8. And I think that move also makes a lot of sense. Sidestepping the pin and preparing to take. All perfect. Perfect. Way better than king b8. I am 1700 blitz. More like 1690 blitz. Although it seems like a pretty good move. Well, I guess not that good. It's just a pawn. Avery keeping pieces on the board, making it complicated, saying, "Hey, you are not getting through me that easily. There are lots of traps. If king b8, do you have a check to win the rook here? Although maybe the check doesn't work. Oh, perfect move. Although not perfect enough. Avery using time to his advantage, making moves quickly in a losing position. Oh boy, this is very stressful. I assume, oh man, the queen guards laterally. I assume you gotta throw in some sort of rook. Rook takes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, rook takes sucks. That was a horrible idea. Did not do rook takes. b5. Wow. Talk about a move. Yeah, out of nowhere. Lands a right hook. Wait, b5 displacing the queen. Where does the queen go? If queen b4, I assume just takes and then takes again. Although maybe not. I don't know. This is... I don't know, dog. This definitely feels like more like the right move, checking, but black is... Wait, this is really scary. Does black have to step into... Oh, no! That's mate in one! Oh, no! Oh, wait. Guys, do not start your next game. This is the end of the first time control has been reached. I'm going to move to the waiting screen here. Let's see here. Okay, we are back with the 3+1 portion. So Avery leads in the match so far with 6 games. So 6 games to 0 for SKYLER so far. Although they have been hard-fought, contested games, this has not been so simple, but it's been very complicated. Avery has been successful in making sure that whenever SKYLER does have the advantage, he throws some Hail Makers at him. Hail Marys at him and tries to get something drumming up there. So let's see here. So this game seems to be slightly different. Karakhan Panov. So he decided that he needed a slight change of pace and decided to just go straight to the Panov. This seems... Well, SKYLER is not down a pawn. That is one big difference. I see. So not a gambit this time. And the position looks roughly balanced so far. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, I'm just getting up the clock here. There you go, second time control timer. And I think I figured out the way to successfully get the thing happening. I think what I'm going to do, window capture. And there you go. Perfect. Oh wait, now I got a transition. Oh, there you go. Learning OBS on the spot here. This is perfect. Okay. So if we want to rewind a little bit just to go over what happened so far. This is more like very much is like a queen spawn opening without the CNE pawns here. I always like these structures where I have the open B file and but my opponent has a target on C3. Or do I? I don't know. SKYLER is down a pawn? Wow. He attacks the pawn. He plays F4, loses the pawn, but it's not so simple. SKYLER has a decent advantage on the clock here. He is going to be down 2 pawns now, but that might not prove to be too important here. So the knight seems really powerful in this position. He successfully did not blunder mate in 1. That is good. And he also defends his pawn, prevents mate in 1, and defends his e6 pawn. Very good move. Knight back to f6. SKYLER still has ideas of swinging the rook over in here. So even though the eval does not like SKYLER's position at all, I think he has some good practical chances, and he's posing a lot of good questions. So we'll see how Avery deals with them. Attacking the bishop. Attacking the bishop here. The bishop does not look like it has a good... Ooh. Oh, no. And the bishop on d3 is still hanging. And now we're just in an endgame. Wow. Avery, d5. Queen d5 being a very, very tricky move here. That was a very good move by Avery. Not the easiest thing. Okay, I think my mic is still being captured here. And let me see. And it looks like to be a time scramble here. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Think. So after all of this happens. Wow! Whoa! What is happening? SKYLER just up a pawn. Wow! Wow! Okay, I missed a lot here. Wow, trying to get something set up here. Uh-oh. Position is equal. Takes it. Okay. Oh no! The skewer. SKYLER had to go backwards with that move, but instead he went forward and ended up losing. Once again, SKYLER had a good position, but was not able to convert it. That was tough. Then it was happening all so fast. Let me see if I can try to get someone else in this room. I have a guest commentator here. Let me see here. Yeah, it's been a tough start for SKYLER so far, but he had his greatest, probably his closest to winning. Well, he was pretty close to winning some of the other games, but then Avery made it super complicated. But that past game that just completed was probably the closest he has gotten so far. So it was a very, very close game. It was not so simple. Not so simple. And by the way, let me know if you can't hear me. I just opened up a new app that also takes in my voice. So we shall see. Okay, I'm going to rewind the game for a little bit. It looked like, wow. A different type of Queen's Gambit declined. See. Hey, Michael, can you hear me? Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Let me try to turn up desktop audio. Try sending something again.
Hello, how are you?
All right, cool. I think they can hear you a little bit.
Maybe switch my internet.
I think you're fine. Let's see here.
Hopefully, yeah.
Avery was able to convert that last one, but we're in a new game now. It's cool to see them switching up the openings a bit now in the second time control. I think it's mainly SKYLER switching from the fantasy to the Panov. So decent bit of a change.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. I think your audio is pretty good, judging by the audio levels that I'm seeing. So, Michael, how are you even feeling about the match so far?
I think it's looking good. Honestly, like I feel like it's like Skyler's getting good positions, but like I think he just keeps messing up at the end. So I wonder if it's like just the fast time control he's not used to.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was probably like 3 or 4 times where Skyler had, at the very least, like more, well, like a good position. Like sometimes he was just straight up winning, but then Avery throws in some hail marys, and just like makes things super complicated at the end. Um, so
Right, especially that position, the 5+1 portion. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, King B8, and then I was like, oh wait, there's Knight C6 check, and then Rook takes, but then I was like, oh wait, the Knight's actually pinned. And I guess that's what Skylar saw too. So I think he was like seeing some kind of ghost there,
uh,
but it was admittedly like a little scary, yeah, when you look at it the first time.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I love Skylar's repertoire, especially in the 5+1 portion. All gambits.
Right,
Like,
it's very fun. I don't know, and even just like he's switching to his pan off now, which is like still aggressive, even if you're not gambling a pawn.
that's true. That's true. That's true. And like in the very first game of the 3+1, I don't know how much of that game you were able to see, but that one was just like so topsy turvy, and Skylar was so close to winning that one. So he's gonna have to make a miracle happen here to make up for the gap deficit in terms of points. But I feel like he could definitely snag some wins here in this portion and the next one.
For sure, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know. I feel like maybe as the time control gets faster, we'll see a different pattern, but I will have to see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah. It was interesting to see both players declining the 5 minute break and hopping straight into it. I don't know if that's the blitz adrenaline in them, or or just wanting to get it done. Like it's
I
very interesting.
I wonder if like Skylar just doesn't even want Avery to look up this like gambit openings or something. Like he just doesn't want him to look up anything against the Alpine counter gambit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That
that was pretty
it could be
funny.
something mutual. Like like Skylar doesn't want, like, neither player wants the other access to have access to the engine. Like there could be reasons for both of them to not want to.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely no time to like prep.
In terms of this position on the board, though, it's like it seems forcing f3 seemed very good. Like it's like
Yeah, I thought this looked good for white at first, like their knight on e5, but now I'm like, okay, white's not down a pawn, their dark square's a little weak, although black doesn't have a dark square bishop to take advantage, so maybe it's not
uh,
too bad. But also the c pawn's very weak as well,
yeah,
so it's not too weak.
I feel like, yeah, white's light square bishop doesn't seem to be very good. I wish it was on a different square. Like,
Right, I wish it was at least on like the b1 to like h7 diagonal, but the problem is that well they did play it, yep, bishop b1. Now that the rook's no longer attacking on c4, he's not hanging the pawn anymore, so that's an improvement here.
mm-hmm. Oh
Actually,
yeah,
the knight on g6 is feeling very uncomfortable now. Um,
yeah.
e5, allowing bishop takes g6, takes g6, takes e5.
Oh, simple.
Maybe
Yeah, winning a pawn. Um,
yeah, and
well,
into a opposite color bishop endgame too, where I mean I don't know, maybe there's some drawing chances there.
yeah, I feel like just getting at some sort of point, getting on the scoreboard in the first place, psychologically would probably be very beneficial.
Although I just saw a problem actually. Bishop takes g6, they play f takes g6, and if you play bishop takes e5, queen c5 seems to win the bishop on e5.
Oh my
Actually, on
gosh,
flip.
yeah, spotting tactics like crazy. Avery always coming up with tactics like that. I think Skylar saw it, and
Yeah,
and
I think
and
so too.
decided to go for this instead. Excellent spot of that tactic. Yeah, always look out for check captures and attacks.
Right. And queen takes e4 actually there's bishop takes g6, queen takes g4, and then bishop takes f7, but okay, queen d7's on the board anyway. Um Actually now there's maybe a queen trade and then takes g6, takes e5. And
Yeah,
no there's no more yeah, queen c5.
and it feels like, I mean, like with the two split pawns on the queen side for white, it feels like the end game, it's not it's not an instant draw if he did go for that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Especially with the rook getting to d2, it's a little uncomfortable, but I don't know.
Okay, so I guess black is gonna try to win the pawn on e4. Is
Yeah, I
that
guess so. King h1, queen takes e4, happening on the board. And now Skylar's down 2 pawns, not looking so hot. c4 also falls. Back rank issues are also definitely a possibility.
yeah? All the loose pawns just seem to be dropping here, and it feels like in the end game the 2-on-1 for black, possibly 2-on-0 in the future, could be the deciding factor potentially.
Yeah, this is definitely very uncomfortable, especially now that the g pawn's under attack. And ooh, I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I guess white has some pressure on the f pawn, which is kind of their saving grace for now. But h3 is very smart, giving yourself some left. Don't have to worry about the back rank anymore.
I like what I like about white's position is that black can't just go queen e2 because the bishop on g3 helps cover f2 to guard against that. Um, so it's not, the win is not very clear, and it's becoming a time scramble. So we also don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, knight f4 on the board, blocking the queen's defense on f1. Maybe now queen e2 could come into play. Oh,
Whoa,
oh,
what?
that's a good one. Okay, queen there, queen f3.
Wow! Oh, queen mother!
Oh, oh my god.
Oh my
Oh,
god! Oh,
queen
dude!
h3, knight e3. Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
I don't know what happened here.
That. Oh my god! That was insane.
That was so beautiful. Yeah. I'm glad
I
you're.
I don't even have enough time to emotionally think about that. I can't.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Avery just. Oh my god, not for a bong cloud. Avery banged out those tactics last at the end. Now we're going for a bong cloud opening.
I mean, in the time scramble, like, I, honestly, doing a queen blunder is just as strong as doing a good move.
This
Because,
is true. Maybe yeah. It's just a strategy. It was a sacrifice.
yeah, classic, and it paid off.
Well, I mean, White's looking real uncomfortable here. Getting to not looking like a great move now.
Yeah, bomb cloud can sometimes pay off. I think um, it really is
Yeah,
just trying to get some of those style points, but it may not work.
putting some psychological pressure too, possibly. And I don't like G3 weakening the light squares like that. Um,
I'm not. It's definitely not the clear how to exploit it though.
True. Knight d4 strong though, opening a line. Maybe they just. Oh, there's not even takes d4 because of takes back with check, and the knight on c3 is gonna fall.
Hmm. Yeah, Avery
King
finds the right continuation of not taking and moving the king instead. So
indeed. I wonder if we can get some. Okay, c5 is a very strong knight on d4. Very strong.
I guess if a3 happens, you're not going to take on c3, but you're probably just going to go bishop a5.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want to kick your own knight out of d4 like that. It's probably not comfortable. If the king gets back to c1, then maybe actually white could be consolidating though, which I don't know.
It looks like we still have about well, let me just make sure it's updating. Yeah, well, we have 10 minutes, a bit over 10 minutes left of the match for this second time control left. So I guess in total we still have 25 minutes of play time left.
Yeah, there's. I mean, SKYLER's definitely not out of it yet. There's still hope.
Yeah.
If he can start getting some winnings going, then you never know. He could maybe get a winning streak, especially in the bullet. We don't know how good they are in the bullet, so
Yeah, I've never seen either of them play bullet, so it would be exciting to see.
yeah, for sure. Especially with SKYLER's like gambity style, like with a short time control, we could see that becoming like a big important factor. We'll see.
That's true. It would be interesting to see for future matches or in this matches like people saving certain openings for the bullet portion. Right?
Oh yeah, I
the,
wonder what tricks he has up his sleeve.
yeah, people could get really creative there. So we'd have to see.
Ooh, bishop g4. Yeah, I like this one. Putting pressure on that knight. Probably h3 just needs to be played immediately.
That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah, because if they don't play h3, then maybe you run into queen e6, queen f5. But okay, yeah, h3 on the board maybe. kicking it out. Yep. I'm
Yeah,
a little worried about like knight takes e5 tricks possibly. Like I don't know. The rook's only one's kind of staring at that pawn as well. So
yeah, and actually, it feels like he's going for it.
oh, he went for it. Okay.
I don't
Wow.
see how it works.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the follow up immediately unless I'm dumb, but like queen takes e5, bishop takes e4. It's queen takes d4, so you're not like winning material here. Maybe do they want to go f4, f5, trapping the bishop on g6?
Oh, no way. Michael, I think that's Avery's idea. Wow, that is an awesome idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
that's insane that works. Oh my god.
um, it feels like it shouldn't work that easily.
No, maybe they can go queen c7 and then after f5 just take that pawn, you win two pawns. And white only took a pawn on e5, so black would be up a pawn there.
Yeah, but it also feels like you're opening up Black's king. There's some practical chances there if White can just get a rook there and start pointing all their pieces towards Black's king.
Right, if a rook comes to g1 and like maybe black would feel a little bit uncomfortable. Although I had to say that even with like black, you can play bishop takes c3 and you're gonna double the pawns in front of the king. I know we didn't
Mm.
want to like kick our knight out of d4, but okay,
Oh hey,
there you go.
it's a weird moment to do it now when you haven't taken on D5 yet, and your knight's under attack. So now it just kind of feels like a pawn.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, at least you could get your knight to c3 possibly if they're not careful. Um, the knight on e5 is still like hanging, and actually, if they play king to b2, queen takes e5, f4, you have queen takes e3. So that might actually be pretty smart on his part, because then you gain a tempo. You're not allowing f5 anymore.
That is a great point. That is a great point.
I guess I feel like oh wow, I was gonna say c4, but still queen takes d4. You're attacking the rook on a1.
Oh wow, yeah, this is not so easy for Avery to make some moves. And now SKYLER with the time advantage as well. This is complicated, but interesting.
Okay, bishop f4 on the board. Um, I guess pretty smart. Maybe we go knight takes c3 and then queen d4,
Yeah.
attacking the bishop on f4
That was
undefended.
definitely a very mature decision to make. Just allowing knight takes c3, realizing it's okay. There
Yeah.
are much bigger threats possible.
Instead, queen a6 on the board. I suppose if knight takes e3, there was maybe just queen d2, queen d4, bishop e3. So
If Scott can keep this time advantage, this even though the eval does not like his position, this could still prove to be very good.
yeah, for sure. This is neither side is either out of the woods yet. There's still lots of play for both sides. Especially with this white king sitting on b2 kind of exposed. Like I don't know.
Oh
Oh,
wow! Whoa! He took
hey,
with the rook instead of the
knight
queen.
takes e3. Oh my god, you're winning a queen. It's just over for
Wow!
white.
It's yeah. It feels like Avery just pre-moved that. Like
Yo,
it just
SKYLER gets his first win on the
he.
day. Okay.
Wow! SKYLER destroys the bond cloud first try. That is
Absolutely fearless.
that is amazing. We're gonna see another Panov probably. No, not the
Oh, an exchange Caro instead.
yeah.
Okay. Very like interesting. We've seen like SKYLER like sacrificing everything, playing very aggressive chess so far in the opening, so it's a little surprising to see him go for this like positional line.
Yeah, I feel like it's because the panel hasn't been working for him so far, so he wants a change of pace to try to build this momentum he's trying to make.
Yeah. This is true. I don't know. And I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about like this stuff that White's doing with like the H3 G4? Like he's trying to make it aggressive, but like I feel like they might be overextending in this case.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's hot off the win and is trying to be forcing here. Um,
Right. Like I don't know. It takes a six. I feel like there's gonna be like some kind of queenside castles and then rook h7, rook h8, attacking this h pawn, and I don't know. I don't love what White's doing because I don't see a way for White to attack the black king
oh,
on
Black
oh
has gotten the
f4.
classic diamond
Yeah,
diamond
the
formation.
diamond formation.
If he gets his bishop to f6 successfully, he wins the game. That is
Yep, that's true.
yeah. So Avery has an alternative winning strategy, but he may just go for White's king instead.
Yeah, this is looking really nasty for White. Rook h5, just rook h8 coming in. bishop. Oh, attacking this G pawn. White
Wow.
might White might have to play H4, but maybe Black just plays E5 and goes to the center at some point.
That is definitely possible. That's definitely possible. Let's see here. I definitely feel like the choice to go for like castling and pushing your own pawns and kind of eliciting black to castle to the other side is, I mean, in the first time control, SKYLER was doing that, offside castling games for the entire first time control. So I feel like it was intentional somewhat.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, maybe he's just trying to provoke them here. Bishop takes C2. I guess we would have to do the queen or the knight. Oh, definitely the queen. I forgot. You're hanging the H pawn again. Yeah, we should definitely take with the queen. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if bishop takes E2. I thought the bishop was quite strong there on F4, right? But mm, I wonder if Black will go for something like F4 here and try to go knight E7, knight F5.
That is a great idea. Yeah, I love. Yeah, hey, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Nice.
And
Yep.
he was not stream sniping that we are on a 3 minute delay. So that was which
He's not listening.
in the future probably a 1 minute delay. But you know, we know it was
Yeah.
definitely definitely did not hear us. So
Yeah.
wow.
There's even like queen d7 ideas and like e5 going after queen g4, but queen d7 hangs the f4 pawn, so maybe not that. But I feel like we're gonna see knight e7 here. But
Yeah, I love that plan. I love that plan. Improving your pieces, very very strong player type of stuff there.
yeah, and this just you're just killing that h pawn. It's just falling so hard.
Like
Like,
White needs some counterplay.
for real, like I mean, black has just been dictating this whole game. Like white might just have to play rook h3 right now and respond to knight f5 with
Oh,
oh
I like that move.
rook e5. Is he gonna sack the exchange? Oh, there was queen takes. I didn't even see that. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a. Although it's not so simple, but
Oh my god, G5.
wow,
He's trying to
wow,
destroy.
this is just blowing everything up. But does it work?
I
I
think
think
so.
just knight takes, right?
Well, knight takes, you have knight takes h4. So,
Oh, that's one of the ideas behind that.
yeah, I mean, it seems like Avery has a really good feel for this attacking chess as well, from what it seems.
Yeah, Skylar has the gambits, but Avery does it in the middle game.
Oh, yeah.
So it's both players doing lots of attacking, and I actually have no idea why the aval is that high and why and what move to actually play.
Yeah, I don't even know what the eval says. I'm like, I, I can't watch this stream 3 minutes a day, so I'm like watching this on like my own chess.com on my phone right now.
Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see. Yeah, it's actually +4 right now.
Oh, +4.
Isn't that
Ooh.
crazy? Yeah, and like,
Do they just want queen g4
yeah.
and then taking on e6 coming next? Hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
Maybe,
That makes
maybe,
sense.
yeah. Maybe this isn't as good for black as we thought. Okay.
I guess I just thought that like rook takes h4, but of course that doesn't actually work.
Right.
So your plan
Maybe
and
Skylar just had
Skylar
this
found the critical continuation as well.
right. Skylar had this all figured out, I suppose.
It was why he spent all his time, but now he has no time. So
Yep. That's the problem.
good
Oh,
move.
knight back. Um. Wow, I don't even know what to think here.
Wow, it's
Queen a1. Do you block with queen d1? But then you're just like
oh man.
rook. That's
Wow.
check. No, it's
Oh
check.
no! Oh
Check.
no!
You
It
wanted
was with
queen
the
takes
check.
h5, but you forgot came to check. Oh no.
Oh no! I mean, he uncastled his king. It was like a reverse Bonclad where you put your king back in the center after castling it. So honestly, it's a mistake that, especially in time trouble, it's very easy to make, where you forget that your king's in the center line when you have castled that game.
Yep. That's so true. Yeah, you probably wasn't even thinking that would ever come with check there. What a turnaround! Oh my god! And this is what we were saying before. Skylar keeps getting these like crazy positions and getting a good position too, but he gets too low in time, and he's just been in time pressure this whole match.
although he has been, it feels like he's been in less time trouble in the 3+1 than in the 5+1.
That's true. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I mean, with this crazy position, who wouldn't be in time trouble? Like, it's so much to think about.
Oh, and this is actually the last game of the 3+1. Speaking of,
Okay,
I actually have to get my phone from the charger thing.
I'm actually wondering. There's actually Queen G8 tricks or Queen takes H5 and then promote the F pawn. So, oh wait, that works.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
or promote there first.
There's so much action I'm missing here. It's very fast paced.
Yeah, I wonder. Okay, they won the H pawn.
Oh, the
Okay.
end game.
Oh my God, there's Rook H2 pinning the knight, and then has to play Rook F7.
Wow.
Knight F3.
SKYLER is so strong. Wow, SKYLER is so strong in the like he is holding through. I thought once he reached so low on time that he would have a hard time, but
I know he's just defending this like a wizard. Like I don't know.
well, maybe commentator's curse here. This position does look very tough to hold.
Well, okay, King A3. Well, the B pawn's falling, so I don't know. Oh, but the D pawn's falling, and there's a passed D pawn. That's
wait.
scary.
Oh no, you had to go King C5 there, right?
I think could you have traded it? Oh my God, you could have traded rooks, went King C5, and then won the D pawn. And does White actually win that pawning game? I have no idea because all the moves are being played so fast. But...
yeah, but this unfortunately looks to just be losing.
Yeah, now this is just lost. But oh, man, I wonder.
Oh wait, there was a draw there for a moment. I actually have to like instant rewind. Like I only knew that because of the eval. There was a moment where it apparently was a draw somehow.
Some way somehow.
Somehow. I have no idea. Oh, let me tell them.
Yeah, resignation. Oh, they played another game.
Wait. Oh, guys, please abort this game. Okay.
Game aborted. Right on cue.
Right on cue. And then you guys can start the 15 minutes of the 1+1 time control.
We're nearing the last portion of the match. Avery has got his first win. We'll have to see how he does in this bullet. I don't know. It's a very tough deficit to make back, but we'll see.
I see. And once again, players opting out of the 5-minute break into the bullet portion. Back to the gambits. Back to the gambits.
Back to this Alvin gambit. Yep. You called it. Bishop F4.
Wow.
I don't love this.
G takes.
Yeah, this is looking wow.
This is wild stuff. Actually, I want to insert rewind on the screen here because I want to. This is really cool. This is cool chess. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe does he want to use the G file? D3 coming again. Okay. Just ignoring that. Queen E7. I don't know. Yep, Queen E7 on the board, trying to pressure this E pawn. No castle because it takes E2, and there's like a really deadly forward right there. Wow. I wonder if there's even bishop takes F3, knight D4. Okay, bishop E3 blocks that. That's smart. Castle's queenside. Yep, just going for it. Takes E2, takes. Knight D4. Knight D4 would be beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bishop takes E2 just wins a piece. There's too many pins.
Wow. This is perhaps
there was like 4,000 pins. That's crazy.
I after looking at all the games, Albin counter gambit games SKYLER has played so far, it seems like a billion pins is kind of the theme of this opening.
That's true. That's what it's called. Yep. Oh, queen takes E3, and okay, this might be SKYLER's game. He's up a piece. He's not even down like any pawns, I think. So yeah, it's 5 pawns for each side. Knight takes C4. Oh my god, no, not knight C4. There's bishop E6, rook to D8. Bishop E6 anyway.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, you missed it.
Wow.
Was that bishop E6, rook D8? Yeah, I think so.
Wow, yeah, I'm not even comprehending what just happened so far. That is crazy.
Wow, that was insane. That was like wow, that was what a miss. Knight C4 though. Okay, rook c. Yeah, knight g6. Might. Okay, takes. Bishop takes. Maybe just king c7. Okay, knight g6. I feel like knight g6, rook takes h3 needs to happen at some point. Okay, not anymore. Both sides are low in time. SKYLER is a little bit lower.
Yeah, this is a
There's
bit.
a +1. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no! The pass pawn seems very strong, but this is so complicated. I don't know
Right.
how he's gonna get the pawns rolling in time.
Oh my god, that rook is
No
trapped.
way! Wow,
Wow. Bishop, wow. Okay.
that is
This
amazing. This is
that was
still
really
losable
good.
though. It's actually this is very
Yeah.
scary.
He has to be careful. You just gotta take that guy. You just knight takes g6. Yep.
Okay.
Just slam it on the board.
Oh man. Wait.
Bishop b8 to move, but you just play king c5 and you promote your a pawn. Pretty funny.
Oh man. Let me share the third time
Oh
control.
no. I wonder if he's throwing here. No. He let the pawn get too far.
Oh no.
That's the draw.
Oh no.
He had to probably attack the bishop with his rook, and then maybe you had to bring the king the other way. You don't worry about the a pawn for now. You have to stop black's h pawn or white's h pawn.
Well, surprisingly or unsurprisingly, this is the first draw of the entire match.
True. Wow. Yeah. With these two aggressive players, I guess that happens. Although, well, Avery plays the Karakan, so maybe not.
Hey, Garricon is a very imbalanced opening. Like you create imbalance from the start.
Yep, you're right. I can't argue with that.
It is, and Ali Reza Faruja played it.
Yep. Seal of approval. I like it.
This seems like a very typical fantasy Caro.
Yeah, back to the fantasy, like you said. The openers are coming back for bullet. Bishop takes. Knight takes e4? Oh no.
Although apparently that wasn't even the best move. Apparently there was something else Black could have done first instead of that.
Interesting. Yeah, I know.
I have no idea what. But that's what the engine told me.
It's some kind of move, yeah. But I'm liking black here again. I mean, oh my god, there's c4 winning the bishop on b3 with check.
Oh no. Tactic coming out of nowhere.
For sure. Bishop c5 next, and then you're just gonna trade everything.
Too simple. Oh man.
Yeah, rook d8, just putting more pressure on that bishop.
Avery accidentally converting this.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and the queen trade too.
Can we appreciate that how like Avery's finding these like complications, by the way? Like even in the last game that they played where he was down a piece and he still got this h pawn rolling, and in that one game.
It's so hard. It seems so hard to beat him.
Yeah, he's so resilient. He does not give up, and that's amazing. That's like a great skill.
Yeah. Well, to do it successfully, I do that. I just, not with very little success. So
yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
This is.
Knight c4. Oh no, there's a.
Oh no, an opening blunder here.
Yeah. It was a weird line with bishop g5. I don't know if that's been played yet this match, actually. It's bishop g5 move.
Yeah, actually, let me actually go backwards in time here. On the stream here, I'm going back to the moves, and yeah, bishop g5 was played before, actually. I think SKYLER went f6 and then took with the g-pawn.
You're right. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
But this time he played bishop e7 though, and played it very differently.
Right. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So.
Oh my god, knight d5. That's so nasty.
And this looks like.
Yeah, you're gonna have to just take that sucker. Queen b4 check, trying to like get some kind of play. Rook c3 maybe, or well, you don't want to hang b2. Okay, king f1, I guess. Oh wait, but then there's queen d2, attacking the rook on c1 and f2.
Wait, is he gonna...
but there's knight e2.
Oh, okay. Knight e2 at the...
Oh wait, but the knight's pinned. There's knight e2, there's queen takes c5.
Wow, this is... Wow, I wonder what would have happened if you played queen d2 instead of queen b2 there. It's hard to say.
They might have had to go queen f5 check.
Although, wow.
Oh,
made out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh man, this is not going hot.
Yeah, I feel like in bullet as well. This is when tilt can be a bigger factor than before, and when like if you're feeling not good about like your chest or something like that, it can like really just like really hurt you.
Yeah, and then once you start losing, it's just so hard to stop.
Yeah.
And especially like you said in bullet, when you're playing game after game after game, and there's like almost no pause because the games are so fast, it's really difficult to come back from that.
Wow, I'm gonna have to insert rewind here. So there, he played the advanced variation, changing up again.
Wow, I really like how this advanced variation turned out for white though. He definitely got a much better position at the opening in this game than he has in the other ones.
Yeah, it's very actually and very impressive to see that he just hung on to the pawn. SKYLER went from giving up pawns to gaining pawns. This is
What a transition.
what a transition. This is the character
And this is
development.
amazing. B5 and just like
Wow. Do you go C6 here? I feel
I don't know. I want to go C6. I'm just afraid about giving up the B4 square, but I think I would have honestly just done it in a bullet game just without thinking. Although, oh man, he's hanging the pawns. Yeah.
well
Bishop
now it's
C6.
just equal pawns, but that's okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my God,
Oh
Bishop C6.
no.
Oh, it's
It's
so
just
frustrating for white.
Queen C3 just seemed like a normal move. Like
It
it just
did.
but Avery just finding these things, setting up traps left and right.
In less than a second too. He just blitzed it out so fast. Oh, this is a weird Slav. I don't love the double pawns here because that D pawn's such a weakness. Queen B3 is gonna come attack that. Um. Ooh, okay, do you?
Yeah,
It's going to be weird. The D pawn's still
Skyler
weak.
beats him to the punch with Queen B6 and gets the Queen trade. But you're right, that D pawn does look like a long term weakness there.
Yeah, I just play Rook FC8 here, just like preparing maybe Bishop takes C6, Knight A4, pressuring that C pawn, Knight C5, um, Bishop C. Okay, so they traded immediately, and they want to go Rook C8 to try and pressure that pawn probably, or Knight A4 first, preventing C5. Oh, Rook A4. Yeah, that's another one. A5, Rook C8. I don't know. I really wanted to put my knight on A4,
Wow.
so that's why I'm not super happy with.
Wow, this is
Rook
actually a
A4.
super interesting endgame of knights versus bishops here. Uh, but it does feel like whose weakness is worse.
Yeah,
I,
it's difficult here. Bishop B4. I don't know. I I think I take black. I feel like it's much easier to attack that weak B pawn.
do you just take? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Whoa.
Mm.
Oh, that's the move. That's a
Oh my
fork.
God! He just. Oh my God! There's rook. Oh my God.
And that
Okay.
and that fork was available a couple moves ago as well.
Oh wow! I didn't even see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it flies by so fast. I only know because of the eval bar. I'm a cheater over here. So.
No, no, you're good. You're really
You-
just doing it. Yeah. Rook C5 just. Wow. The tactics just keep coming. Probably pawn to H3 or something, so you can have like king H2 move maybe. Oh, okay. Attacking the weak pawn. Not caring. Bishop E6. Or king E7. Rook takes E3. Oh, went that way. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if there's just rook A3 here.
I think
Just calling the
I
pawn.
think that would make sense, but king activity probably doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hey, you know what? Black's starting to get played here, right? Black's getting a lot of pawns, and I don't know. Now he has two
Wow.
pawns in the center, and I don't know. It's kind of like suspicious for white now.
Yeah, this is good practical chances. This is, you're not losing an exchange like that may feel bad, but this is kind of what you could hope for.
Right. Like these pawns are very fast. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay, actually, the eval is in Black's favor a little bit. It's only like half a pawn. Oh, now it's gone.
Oh no, they're using the C pawn.
Oh, that is why.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it's falling apart. You had to play rook D2 check or something. Just make the king make a decision or something. And now everything's falling.
Wow, and the Black King is so far away from any sort of action.
Yeah, and there's the resignation. Yeah, man. It is interesting to note that the ratings are much closer here in Bullet.
Wait, that
there
is
was-
that is a great point. Yeah, I actually didn't realize how good SKYLER is of a bullet player.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's just tilt, and that's probably why he's like missing these tactics. But yeah, I mean, Avery's doing a really good job at finding all these moves very quickly as well.
That is true. That's true. And they have been playing for a while. They've
Yeah,
been for almost an hour and a half now. So I'm sure they must both be tired.
no, yeah, for sure. It's difficult playing a long match like that. The people in the like the regular SEC, I can't even imagine playing
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
the regular SSC being twice the length. Like that is
That's insane.
that is insane.
Bishop G4, Rook F2 or Rook F7. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, this is play.
Yep. Bishop F3. Are you gonna get your rook trapped on the seventh rank? Probably not, but we just Rook G8 here. Hmm.
Huh.
I don't know.
But
I feel like the
black
rook on F7 is not doing too much.
but black's pawns in the center seem so good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, these pawns
They're just rolling.
are really Russian. Oh man. You can't even take that because of the pin. Oh, well, the bishop guards, but you're gonna lose E4. So,
Oh, I see. I see.
oh man.
I think Skyler made
Rook
the right
C8.
decision so far.
Yeah, I think he did. That was a third decision.
Like
You're right.
I like the rook on seventh rank. Like will come alive when if after rook b1, and like suddenly
Mhm.
it's just like, you know, black's under attack potentially,
Actually, that's a good point. I didn't even notice that Rook B1 was like an option. It's just pressuring that pawn.
and maybe you can force some sort of rook trade. Although you should not blunder back rank mates.
Right. I thought Knight D3 just had to be played there, preventing Rook C1.
Although apparently this is winning for white because
Oh no.
because rook
Oh.
f1, the rook comes back from from the seventh rank.
Oh my God, you're right. Rook F1 was a move.
Wow. Yeah, and now white is just up a piece.
Oh my God. I didn't even. Where did they? Oh my God, they blundered the piece. I
Oh
didn't even see where they won the
no!
piece.
Oh no! The lateral move. Oh no!
I
Skyler
know.
had that.
But okay, but Bishop D5 and you're solid. It's an opposite color Bishop endgame, and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's
Bishop
not gonna
D5
be
here.
easy to
Bishop
win.
D5 here. Okay. Now you're not winning the pawn anymore. Bishop D5 would have. Oh my God, this Bishop D5. No. Okay, but that's a passed E pawn though, and they hung the B pawn.
Oh no!
Okay,
Oh wait,
E6.
feel like this
Ooh.
is
Oh wow,
getting.
that's
Wow, what is
Bishop
happening?
B4. Bishop
Wow.
B4. Uh,
Oh, did you have to take the pawn on? No.
yeah, I was trying to figure out if you could take that, and then Rook takes D7, King F6.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I think that worked.
Okay. Actually, the looks like the match time is over. So let me
Okay,
tell
that's
them.
it. Oh man, what a match!
What
That
a
was
match
fun.
indeed.
That was pretty good to open the first match of the PA on Speed Chess Championship. Awesome. I'm still here.
Okay, so back online. I still have to figure out what to do for the transitions,
Oh,
but yeah,
right.
the match has concluded with Avery with 15.5 points and Skylar to 1.5 points. Um, what are your overall thoughts about the match?
Me?
Yeah, yeah, you.
Honestly, I thought it was a lot of fun to watch. It's like it's an interesting experience like commentating on people's games. I don't really usually do that.
Yeah,
So I mean I enjoyed that first of all. I didn't do it for like maybe the majority of the match, but hopefully for other matches I will. But yeah, the chess was really interesting. Skyler just kept getting these like great positions, and then unfortunately, would get low in time and they would disappear. But like, I mean, they both played really good chess, and I think they should both be pretty happy. Obviously Avery's happy because he won, but I thought Skyler definitely put up a really good fight. So
yeah. I think Skylar will be a bit disappointed not not being able to convert the positions that he was up a piece or like almost like promoted and like upper like he was so close to getting so many more points in the match than he was, so I feel like he'll be a little bit disappointed, but there really were so many tough games, and I was really shocked to hear that like actually like their rating gap is so small in the bullet portion especially.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a really interesting match, and yeah, I would the bullet portion was very interesting. Um, I mean, yeah, it was really good, and the tactics were like amazing. I there was like Avery was playing moves that like we didn't even see, and like we were just like, wow,
Wait,
who was that? Oh my god.
yeah, I'm actually going to go over some key games that I thought were interesting. Like, I would like to go over a win by Skyler. So let me actually send you the game if possible. I'll message you the game on Discord here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is the first game I'll be looking at if you want to follow along.
For sure.
And so in this game, actually,
Oh, you
well, the
put the
Bomb
bomb.
Cloud game, yeah. This is probably
Oh,
one of the
cool.
most, like, very much, I don't know what's the right word.
It was a
Like,
turning point. He got his first win. I
a
mean,
turning point. We could say, like almost going for the adoption, almost, by, like, with the Bomb Cloud. He was, like, very confident at this point. And with
yeah,
the 9 game lead. So, um, it was kind of cool to see the Bomb Cloud being played and how it was really, really complicated.
that's true. It ended up getting so crazy. I mean, it led for an interesting game, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really hard to find. Apparently, like on move 9, knight d4 check first instead of castling was the best way to make the king move and and force things to happen. But let me keep going to another critical position in the game.
You're right. That makes sense because the bishop's not on G2 yet, so like the knight's even more loose.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then on move 17 here, taking on c3, forcing the knight to go back, which like ended up like the engine hates it, but it ended up being very very strong in the game. The knight on b5 ended up being the killer piece supporting the queen for the eventual. I think it was like the eventual checkmate. So
Yeah, there was just destroyed on the queen side over there where the king was residing.
yeah,
Just
so even though from like the practical chances by like ripping open the queen side there and not taking the piece and allowing f4 f5 like you were talking about in the game, very very interesting.
and like even just like psychologically messing with like Avery, like who I played 1985, I'm sacrificing piece. You better take my sacrifice piece. And then this guy's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and kind of just, like throws him off. And like it was just like very strong choice.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like actually, how not following your opponent's plan, even though it may be good for you, it does throw them off at the end of the day.
Yeah, because I mean, and it made him spend time, right? Like you saw Avery was like, I can guarantee you, if he played Queen to C5, F4, F5 was happening in like just split seconds, right? After Bishop takes 2 knight knight b5, I don't know. Avery was thinking for a long time there.
It was like almost a minute think. It was more like a 45-second think, something like that. So
Yeah, no, it really was. Yeah, and he ended up with like very low time on the clock as a result of it. So that was very strong on
oh,
his
and
part.
then and then Jeffrey commenting in the Twitch regarding Avery's resilience, I guess there's a reason why he's 2100 USCF.
Makes
Uh,
sense.
that is pretty good. That is very
Yeah,
good.
it's true. You got to have that resilience if you want to get up there.
Oh,
Yep, I agree.
yeah. And then Jeffrey also said, and tactical vision. Yes, very, very strong. Very, very
Hmm.
strong player.
Yeah, yeah, that was really impressive. Really impressive.
Okay. And then go further in the game. Yeah, the final blunder from Avery in this game that SKYLER won was after Rook takes E1 on move 21. He should have
Yeah,
taken back with the queen, but instead took with the rook, and it just loses the queen on the spot.
it's
Or
crazy, and because like even queen takes, there's rook e8, and suddenly black has the only open file, and so it's still not like queen takes e1. Like white's still not out of the woods yet. There's still lots of play to be happening.
oh yes, 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 true. And black will be attacking for the rest of the game for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like even like rook e6, rook to b6. That's definitely some idea there. That's strong. Once the
Yeah,
rook gets in the open file. So
yeah. So I'm trying to think of any other critical games, but it's hard to tell because they all like mesh together because this format is so like fast paced with so many games. Um,
yeah, the draw was definitely an interesting one as well. Where it was, I mean, we see like Avery's resilience there. He's making play with his kingside pawn. He like milked out every single last possibility there was in the position.
oh yeah,
Um,
let me pull it up, and also send it over to you for ease of access. And
very
so
good.
yeah, bullet more Albin counter gambit. Say that 10
Yeah,
times fast. Oh yes, this was taken with the G pawn. That was the draw game. Um,
indeed.
and already like a very cool structure from the start. Um,
Definitely threw Avery off, especially when this d3 move happens. Yeah,
yeah,
that d3 was very tricky.
yeah. It's also very interesting with both players declining the 5 minute break both times. Is that like the openings throughout this match were not engine approved.
I
Like
know.
no one added more to the prep. It was just like pure chance from start to finish. It was actually kind of fun. So
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, the openings were so much fun, even if they weren't 100% sound.
yeah, and then opposite side castling, of course. Wow, I actually didn't realize that in the draw game, SKYLER was up a piece from like very early on from the opening. Oh yeah, this was
Yeah.
Pin City.
Once he got this d3 move and just like bishop takes d2, I mean the pins are everywhere. There's no bishop takes, there's no knight takes, there's no queen takes, there's a rook takes. It's like wow, you can't even take back that bishop.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, I very cool to
And I
see.
didn't see that at first. I was like, oh, knight d4, just like making pins. Oh wait, bishop takes d2. I didn't even know that was a move. So
Yeah, and then let me
yeah,
fast forward a little bit um, to another critical point in the game where they start liquidating, but the win is far from easy. And the rook trap was so cool.
yeah. Oh my god, once that rook tap happened, I was like, oh man, this is over. But Avery kept like squeezing every last possibility out.
And I'm trying to find the critical moment. Yeah, you were talking. You have to move the rook instead of moving the king and allowing, and like White's pawn gets too far advanced, and White sacrifices for the a pawn.
Right. Like on move 42, I think you have to play rook f6 or something maybe. And then where's the bishop gonna go? Like everywhere the bishop goes, you can like attack it again, and it's just like uncomfortable.
Yeah, Rook
Like I don't
f6.
know.
Yeah, you're right. Rook f6 is one of the main moves to do there. That kind of helps a lot. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, even if we look at maybe move what 41, there was rook takes g6, which might have just been the simplest way, just getting the bishop out immediately and then pushing the a pawn. And that bishop reaches a1, or bishop, that pawn reaches a1 and covers the h8 queening square, which is pretty
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful. The geometry there is so beautiful. It works so
right.
nice. And yeah, you're right. That is that by far the simplest way to win this. Um, yeah, screw all the calculation. Just like take it and then run the pawn, knowing that your newly made queen covers the promotion square. So uh, definitely tough to see in time trouble though.
No, yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah. And maybe that's another like aspect. I think maybe the players weren't used to playing with like a 1 second increment because like obviously 1+1's a little different than like 1+0, and they were both playing very fast. So maybe they could have spent a little more time, but I mean that's definitely like not easy to do when you're like, oh my god, I have very little time, I gotta
Yeah,
move, I gotta move.
yeah. I actually like I yeah, like just to speak more about just like the unique time control is that like most people play like 3+2 or no increment. Like like most people like do like the +1 format is not the most commonly played, time control.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it takes some getting used to, but it's a I guess it's a fun time control, right? when you try it out. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the match format where there's a lot on the line, single elimination, bracket of 16. So we'll have to see. I know tomorrow is another match at 7 p.m. There's Chris from Lehigh versus Sid from Penn State University. Let me actually pull up their accounts.
oh yeah,
So to
it's gonna be a
actually,
fun match.
yeah, that'll be a fun way to kind of talk a little bit about that before it happens. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think I'll also be able to maybe commentate that one as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see Chris play. Um, I'm probably rooting for Chris in that one because I've talked to him more than Sid. But honestly, I also love rooting for the underdog. So it's it's gonna be a tough to say.
Yeah, I'm the same boat. Yeah, rooting for Chris because I like know him more, but it is always fun to root for the underdog. so
I gotta root for the Central PA people. Like Bucknell's Central PA enough, I
yep.
think, and then Penn State is geographically in the center. So I feel like let me go. Probably
Yeah, you
just
got to represent Central PA. We
exactly,
like that.
exactly,
Oh yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited to meet more of the PA college chess players with more in-person tournaments next fall. I don't know how much I've talked to you about this, but um, I do plan to help organize some intercollegiate like icebreakers tournaments, like 1 day of tournaments um, that
Oh, that'd be so fun
yeah
to
in
get.
the
We can always know each other.
yeah, so like for Central, East, and West. So the one in the West is actually scheduled for October 5th, and then the one in the East, I actually think I might do two in the East, like one at Lehigh and then one at one of the Philly schools. So
Gotcha.
stay tuned for more information on that. But I'm excited to meet some of the Bucknell people in particular because wow, they have such a good player like out of nowhere.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, and Avery just representing Bucknell, right? He's the only one from Bucknell, and he's just doing a great job at like proving how strong they are.
yeah, and also he is the seventh seed if I'm not mistaken, and it's actually kind of interesting how if we go to let's see here, like even though Avery is the seventh seed and SKYLER is the ninth seed, there's still like a 250 point gap in their blitz. Like
Right.
it is very interesting. So like even though like from some metrics like this was supposed to be a close match and the games were very close, but
Yeah, they were.
the match score ended up leaning one heavily one way or the other. So it's
Yeah,
very
but
interesting.
yeah, the match score doesn't reflect how close the games actually were, which is pretty cool.
Okay, I finally found it. This is so the next. This is whoops. Let's see here. This is checkmate 3141. I love that username. I think that's so funny.
Oh yeah.
3.1415195 something something.
Yeah. I don't know, 3.141592532 random stuff, and then I'm lost.
Have you ever played in those like or have you ever seen people compete in like how many numbers of pi can they remember?
I've never seen it before, but I've heard of them, and that's wow. I can't even think
I
about that.
Oh yeah, like it's actually crazy. I think someone in my middle school they did like 70 or like 60 numbers of pi. Um,
That is insane.
yeah, it's actually psychotic behavior. It makes chess players seem normal. So
Yeah, for sure. I saw this math app, and he's just like saying that